A little bit more. That's good. I forgot I was recording.
I didn't realize you were recording either.
If you're watching us on YouTube, you just got a very exciting prep,
Behind the
and you can
scenes.
see how I literally matched the wall that I'm in front of, and I did not plan that.
And he was just coaching me on trying to get me in the middle of the screen.
A little bit to the
So-
left, a little pivot.
Well, wow, what?
Say what you're going to say.
I say, well, if this is your first time here, I'm Ricki.
I'm Jake.
And you're listening to 20-somethings doing nothing.
I was going to say so much has changed since last week when we recorded. I feel like I feel like we haven't had an episode in like 3 years. I don't know why, but for some reason it just feels like a while since we last recorded.
Well, a lot's happened with you, which we'll get into.
And also, I feel like I haven't talked to you since last week.
I've been so busy.
Bailey's back. Oh, God, I love being home. It's just my puppy all the time.
Well, let's do random shit real quick.
Oh,
she's so precious. And she loves you so much for some reason. I really don't understand it. But
look,
like,
she wants to be... Oh, gross.
Bailey can take your job. She could be my co-host.
That would be. She would really love that.
She just stuck her whole head right into your neck, and then just like, oh my God, my heart.
I'm gonna miss her.
My heart is unwell right now.
Look, she knows. She knows we're talking about me. Okay, Bill. Okay. She knows we're talking about me leaving. Oh my God.
I see her little paw.
Wait.
Oh,
look how
my
needy
God.
she is. She's like, you're gonna pet me, and if I stop petting her, then she like pushes me.
Oh my God, I love her so much. What a precious little nugget.
Oh, there we go. She goes, excuse me.
She wants to hold your hand.
Okay. All right, back to the podcast.
I'm like, what are we even talking about? Can we just do an hour of Bailey? Like, screw us.
Like she would like that. She's so
I feel like
cute.
she likes attention, so I'm pretty sure she would love that.
I don't know if normal people do this, but every time I see a cute dog on the street, I physically gasp. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
Mm-hmm. Or you like instantly go into like, hey puppy. Like you get like these weird voices. Like that's what I do. I'm like, hello puppy. It's a grown ass dog, but they're all puppies to me.
I don't do the puppy voice for other puppies.
Only Bailey.
But I just do the, oh my gosh, so cute.
We just love dogs here.
It's kind of a problem.
Yeah, I almost adopted a dog last week. It was really hard for me not to adopt this dog because we have the Humane Association come in once a week with a specific dog that they highlight to be adopted.
That's so dangerous for you.
It's so dangerous. And every time I'm like, Kenny, you got to stop doing this to me. And last week he brought a puppy and I literally physically and mentally could not handle it. I was unwell. He was so precious. I almost literally took him with me right that second. But I did promise AJ that I would wait 2 months until he's here and then we'll adopt a dog together.
That's good. You need the time to like get situated and, do things without having something tying you down. Yes.
But like, do I?
Yes, you do.
I think I need a puppy.
Because if you have a puppy, then if someone's like, hey, you should come out, blah, 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 whatever, you'd be like, yeah, I just got to go feed the dog first or do whatever.
But it's really hard not to just take them all.
It's going to be a problem. Everyone keeps asking me if I'm going to get an animal when I move. And I'm like, I want to, but it would be a bad decision.
I think you're going to sooner than you think you will. But I also fully support that.
Strongly considering getting a cat.
Really?
Yeah, because I could leave a cat for an extended period of time, but I can't leave a dog for... Oh, I mean, I guess there's some dogs that I could leave and like have somebody watch it, but Bailey's just way too needy. Right, puppy? Yeah, she's a little needy bitch.
Love that. She's adorable. She deserves to be needy.
Okay, so I have my random shit written down, but I think I did this one last week.
Oh, great.
But I don't know.
So you're recycling content already?
It's about a song being sad and you don't know it. Did I do that last week?
Yeah, you did do that last week.
It.
You know what? I'll start then.
Okay.
My random shit is like actually mostly geared towards you because you're
Okay.
going to have to do this. But I'm curious how many injuries happen while building furniture. Because let me tell you, this shit is not fun.
What did
And
you
I'm not
build?
even really building big furniture. I'm building small things like side tables and little tiny like dressers. And it is fucking like rough. Like, because it's easier when you have another person to help you.
Yes.
But when you're doing it alone, you're trying to hold like 5 pieces together and you can't hold all the 5 pieces together and also screw that screw in while you're holding the 5 pieces together. I literally at one point was like foot on top of one part, holding this, screwing it in. And I was like, okay, this is the only way I can get this to work. It was rough. And I have cuts all over my hands. I think I bruised my elbow because I slammed my elbow into a piece that I didn't realize was like right next to me. So like, I'm just so curious how many other people have like severely injured themselves while they've built furniture
See,
by themselves.
that's the thing about even packing my boxes that I realized is that even closing the box alone, I was doing the same thing where I have like one leg on the left side of it and then like I'm trying to close it with my right hand but also tape it with my left hand. It's just like everything is easier with somebody else helping you.
When you have someone, yeah. And I'm used to having AJ
Yeah.
now that I went back home. So like anytime I needed help with anything, oh my gosh, you should have seen me trying to lug these packages up to my apartment from my mailroom
Oh
because
my
they were
god.
so fucking heavy.
Was it the furniture?
Yeah, parts of the furniture. So
Oh,
I ordered a bunch of stuff. So I took the trolley the one day and I was missing a few things.
the
So then
trolley.
today, yeah, you know, like one of those like push carts
Oh,
that you can
oh,
fill up.
oh. Like a
I guess
hotel
trolley
cart?
is like, yeah.
That was a trolley. I'm like, you have like a trolley at your apartment building? Like you get
Oh
on
my
it and it
God,
drives you?
wait. How smart would it be to have something like that where when you get so many packages, you just like load the trolley up and press a button and it takes it right to the front door of like your apartment? Like your
Well,
groceries, your boxes,
have
all
you
of
ever
those things.
been to a hotel where they have like a robot that delivers things?
No. What the fuck hotels have you been to?
It's like the greatest thing in the world.
And why was I never invited?
Well, actually, I feel like I've seen it more than once. I saw it once in Singapore.
I was going to say it had to be Singapore that this was a
Yeah,
thing because
and
there's no way
then
that that's a thing in America
I'm
because we
pretty
are not
sure I
that cool.
saw it in America somewhere, but I
You're lying.
forget where I was.
You're literally lying.
But if you need a towel or room service or something, it literally sends a robot up to your room.
So why the fuck do I not have a robot in my apartment complex bringing me my fucking boxes? Why
I
am I
don't know.
lugging that shit and sweating like the peasant that I am?
Who do you need to file a complaint to?
Someone, because this is not okay. I'm not happy about this.
It's pretty genius.
That's
The
so
robot,
smart.
not you lugging your shit.
No, I agree. Like I would pay an extra, I don't know, like $20 a month to make sure that I have a robot that can carry my shit up there. Cause like the mailroom is on the first floor. I live on the fourth floor. And like the way that you have to come through the elevator, I have to walk down a like long ass hallway to get to my apartment.
I don't know where my mailroom is. It's not in my building though, so that'll be interesting.
So that's what I'm saying. Like this shit ain't fun.
Okay, I have random shit.
Okay.
Well,
Is it
also
Bailey?
the only she's so fucking cute. The only thing that makes me think of is when I first moved into my apartment in Hoboken, New Jersey, and I got an IKEA dresser, and my parents came to help me. I forget what this was. It was a long time ago, but my dad and I were setting it up or building it. Literally took us 3 hours to build this fucking IKEA dresser.
It's not fucking easy, man. It's
No.
not. It's fucked up. They make it seem like it's going to be easy because they're like, easy assemble. And then you get it and you're like, bitch, this ain't fucking easy. Give me my money back.
Right? Easy for who? Not for me.
What?
Okay, so my random shit is I have a few friends in Hoboken. I don't have a lot of friends in Hoboken. And I was hanging out with my one friend, and she's like, "You've never seen my apartment. Like, you should come see my apartment." And I was like, "Yeah." And so I walk into her building.
Where is this going?
And I'm walking up we go up the elevator and walking to her apartment, and I'm like, "Wait a minute. This seems really familiar." And I was like, "I'm pretty sure my friend lived in like the apartment above or below you." And so I texted my other friend and I was like, hey, which apartment did you live in when you were in this building? And she's like, X number. And I was like, I'm in your old apartment.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Like, what are the odds out of
That's
all
really
the
weird.
apartment build? There's 53,000 people in Hoboken in 1 square mile, which means there's a lot of apartment buildings. And out of
Yeah.
every apartment building, not only were we in the same apartment building, we were in the same apartment that my friend lived in. And I'd
Oh
spent a
my
lot
God.
of time in this apartment because my other friend and I hang out all the time. And I'm like, this looks really familiar. Turns out,
That's so
same
bizarre.
apartment,
Like,
right?
what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like, what is it called? Is it synergy? Am I using the right word?
Don't know.
Please pause. Well, don't pause. Keep talking. Entertain people. I
Okay,
need to look it up.
I have a second thing. I've just been having strange, really, really strange luck lately. And I feel like this is really terrible to talk about because it's going to end the streak. But just a lot of little things have been happening to me where I'm like, that was really freaking lucky. So the most
Okay.
recent thing was I was moving out of my apartment this past weekend. When did I move? I don't know, whatever. I was moving out last week. And the move went great. The movers came, they took all my stuff. Was it Synergy?
It wasn't synergy. I
No,
am making shit up.
that's right. So the movers came, it was great. They took all my stuff, everything was fine. The parking spot that I had made sure I got reserved was whatever. It was great. And then they'd left. And so I had a few things left that I was taking to my parents' house because that's where I am right now. So I pull my car up in front of my apartment and I double park, which I always do, literally all the
Yep.
time.
Classic.
Yeah. So when you double park on my street, you have to park in the bike lane. Okay.
Yep.
Which is not good. So I double parked in front of my apartment. My friends and I went upstairs, literally up there for 4 minutes. Not even exaggerating. It was probably exactly 4 minutes, if not less. Come
Okay.
back downstairs, parking dude's writing me a ticket. And I was like, no, like I was just upstairs for 2 seconds.
But it was bound to happen with the amount of times you do it. That was bound to happen at some point.
So I was so annoyed. I had this great move. And I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm not going to let this ruin my day. It's whatever. I looked at the ticket. It was $100. And I was like, oh, $100. He's like, yeah, you
Damn.
parked in the bike lane. Like, I tried to give you a break, but somebody was trying to get out. And I was like, damn, well, whatever. So I didn't let it ruin my day. But, in the back of my head, I'm like, this fucking
Proud of you.
blows. This blows. $100 just down the drain.
That's like so classic Jersey, New York area. Like a parking ticket is $100.
It's only
What?
because I was blocking the bike lane, which is why it was so expensive.
Oh my God. That's insane.
So the next morning, I am driving down the shore to meet some of my friends. And I look at the ticket and I'm just like, damn, that really fucking blows. And I'm looking at the license plate number that he put on there and I'm like, that doesn't look right. I'm like, wait, what? It only has 5 digits. And I look at my license plate and I was like, that's not my license plate number, which means
What?
there's no way for them to track this ticket back to me and I don't have to pay it.
What the fuck?
What are the odds of that happening?
I'm like so happy for you, but I'm also like really mad because that would never work out for me.
This is what I'm talking about. A lot of these really little things, well, $100 is a lot. A lot of these things have been happening to me where I'm like, this shouldn't have happened.
I'm so confused.
Crazy, right?
That is insane. You lucky. You better play the fucking lottery.
So I feel like I just made $100 because that $100 was gone in my mind. When I saw that
Right.
ticket, I was like, $100, it's gone.
I'm so happy and so mad all at the same time.
It was so many emotions. Yeah, what are you doing? I was especially mad because, she just heard people. She just leaped off the bed. I was especially mad because I had to pay $55 to reserve the parking spots for the moving people. So I was like, this just cost me $155 today. And then they wrote the wrong license plate.
You lucky son of a gun.
I really need to go get a lottery ticket because this is not normal.
Yeah, you need to try that because you need to like take as much luck as you possibly can out of the universe right now.
Yeah.
like as much as humanly possible.
Something is bound to go horribly wrong soon.
It's all gonna come crashing down.
Which is bad because I'm about to move across the country.
Well, let's wait until that part is done, universe.
Yeah.
Like, wait until he's at least settled in for a little while. Then let something bad happen.
So last week we didn't really talk about how you're doing, and I haven't even really found out how you're doing. So you need to update us on like what's going on with Nashville. And I see you've been doing a ton of things. And how's work going? Like, tell us everything.
Everything's been great. I've been insanely busy, like super, super busy. So that's good because I love to be busy. I always want to be doing a million things. I'm still getting used to everything, obviously, but I think I'm slowly getting a hang of everything and I'm feeling more and more comfortable every day, which is great. My coworkers are amazing. I am genuinely so lucky that they're so great. It's mind blowing. Nashville is such a cool place. There are so many cool things to do. And so last week I had one of my best friends here to visit for like 5 days.
Oh,
I felt
that's
so
awesome.
bad because I was like, I don't know all like the cool spots to go to. But it was cool because we got to like experience it together and
Yeah.
try out new places. I found amazing gluten-free pizza, Jake.
Yes.
And I was so excited because I really didn't think I would find good pizza here in general, let alone
Right.
gluten-free pizza. Phenomenal.
That's
Like
awesome.
almost as good as the one that I had in Hoboken with you. Like it's very fucking close. So that's amazing. We did a pedal tavern,
The most
which
touristy thing in the world. I love it.
yes, if you don't know what a pedal tavern is, it's essentially a moving bar that you have to pedal like a bicycle throughout Nashville. So we did that together because she really wanted to do it. And I actually ended up having a lot of fun. So I'm happy that she wanted to do it. And I feel like you have to do the touristy things once.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever do it again because that shit hurt my crotch because it is not made for little people with little ass legs. Let me
Are
tell
you
you.
are you like sitting on a bicycle seat or what is it?
Yes, it's a bicycle seat. So it's essentially it looks like a bar wrapped around a vehicle, essentially. And you sit at the bar and you bring your own booze. It's BYOB.
Oh,
And they play music and you sit on a bicycle seat and you have pedals underneath you that you literally pedal and you're what moves this big vehicle. And it's with a group of like people, like randos that you've never met.
that's fun.
So they play music, they show you all these little places in Nashville. They play games, like we played drinking games. It was great. Like we had such a fun time. We met people on there that we ended up going to the bars with afterwards, which was so fun. We had a great time. We were unwell Saturday night. By like 8 p.m., we were like out, down for the count, not well.
Was it anybody else that lives in Nashville or was
All
it a bunch of
tourists.
tourists? Yeah.
All tourists, which is fine because it's more fun that way because people, when they're just here for a little while, want to have the time of their lives. So everyone was down to just drink and have a good time. Like we were buying each other shots and shit. It was like, because they stop at a bar
Yeah.
as you're doing it. Like there's a pit stop so you can go to the bathroom and you stop at a bar. So we were like getting shots at the bar. Then afterwards, we went out to other bars where we were dropped off. So it was like, it was fun. It was a nice bonding thing. The people that we met did ditch us. We went to the bathroom and then they disappeared.
What? They just left?
Yeah, they just left.
Yo, that's crazy.
Which I think, honestly, we were getting to that point where like all of us needed to eat kind of thing. And I think that they just left to eat. I don't think it was like a malicious thing, but I'm like, what did we do wrong?
You're like, we would have gone to eat with you.
That might have
That's
been
so
like their
sad.
cutoff moment, though, of like, all right, we had a day of drinking with you. We're going to go eat by ourselves, which is also completely, fully acceptable. I get that.
So, okay, what about the show? How's the show going?
Show's going amazing. We're having a great time. The guys are so open to new things, which is amazing because anytime that I suggest, like, I run the social medias that we have for the show and for the station, not fully, like everybody kind of pitches in, but they want me to eventually kind of take over the majority of it. So every time I pitch an idea of like, oh, we should make that a reel, or oh, we should do this, oh, we should do that, they're like, yes, let's do it.
That's
and they
awesome.
have no problem like making fun of themselves in a way or being absolute fools while they do it, which is great.
Is your apartment hardwood floors?
Yes.
Do you have a carpet?
No.
I can tell you don't have carpet because you're so echoey in this apartment.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be very echoey for this time right now because I'm getting a desk in my bedroom
That's awesome.
which has carpet, but I
There's like
haven't gotten a
nothing
desk
to
yet.
absorb the sound right now.
I know. I
It's
apologize.
so
You're going to
funny.
have to bear with me. I'm broke as fuck. So,
That's fine. It's just funny that I could tell you don't have a carpet by the way you sound.
oh, yeah, it's like very obvious.
Uh,
I can hear myself echoing even with my my headphones in.
have you met anyone not through work?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. So, not necessarily, I guess it's still kind of through work because one of the co-hosts and the producer, Zach, he's been taking me out and about everywhere. So I've
oh,
been
that's
meeting a
nice.
bunch of his friends. So they're not work friends. You know what I mean? They don't work for us or anything like that. But I've been meeting a lot of his friends, which has been amazing. He's been a freaking gem.
That's
He's
so
a
nice.
lifesaver.
So, do you see yourself? Okay, this is going to be one of those situations where like you don't want to friend poach, right? So, do you ever see yourself hanging out with his friends without him, or is it the situation where like the only way you're going to see these people is if you're with him?
I don't know. It's not like I've met any of them multiple times. So I'm not sure, but I think it would mostly be that I hang out with them with him. At some point, I'll make friends on my own.
Right.
You know what I mean? As I get more into this and more active within the community, I guess you can say, aka at the bars. but but slowly but surely I'll start making my own friends and things like that. Right now it's just so nice of him that he's willing to like invite me everywhere and include me in everything. I'm like genuinely wholeheartedly thankful that
That's
he
so
actually
nice.
likes me cuz there was like a moment in time where I was like he's going to meet me and he's going to fucking hate me and that's going to suck.
It's so nice to have that one person. It can make such a huge difference. Like I have one person that I know that I've never actually met in Napa, and we were already planning things that we're going to do
I
together
love that.
because we had met. I had like he had done something for my company a while ago, and then I DM'd him and I was like, "Hey, I love your stuff," and we had just stayed friends. And he lived in Utah or something at the time, and now he just happens to be in Napa. And
So
so,
crazy.
right, it just makes me so much more comfortable knowing that I know one person because, like this, like your coworker that you know is introducing you to a bunch of people. Just knowing that one person can make you meet so many other people
Oh, most
makes
definitely.
such a huge difference.
A massive difference. And also, one of my best friends from home just moved here.
Oh, come on. That's amazing.
He just moved here with his girlfriend, which is so fucking cool. So
Where how far does
wild.
he live from you?
10 minutes.
Stop it.
Yes, he's literally like 10-minute drive from me.
You could literally move to the North Pole and be totally fine.
Yeah, you're right.
Like you would be fine anywhere, but this is just so awesome. Although you did have a moment, when was it, 2 weeks ago or whatever, where you were texting us in our group chat that we have
Oh,
with a bunch of
yes.
people, and you were being kind of shy. And I was like, this is a weird, like, who are you right now?
Yeah, it was weird. I felt very out of my element, I guess you could
Yeah.
say, for the first time in probably my entire life.
Whoa.
And I was just having a moment of like, I don't know what to do right now. Like, essentially, I was watching everybody have fun at my pool, and I was like, I should just go down there and enjoy the pool and meet people because, like, that's what I did in LA. That's what I've done everywhere that I've gone for the most part is just insert myself into things and then make friends that way. But I was having like a weird dude day where I just wasn't feeling it and it just didn't feel right for some reason. Not necessarily that it felt bad, it just didn't feel right. And
Right.
I think that was me psyching myself out for whatever reason, which I typically don't do. But I also haven't been having a lot of social interaction in the last year. And like, there's been a lot of shit going on that obviously messes with your self esteem, I guess you can say, in a way. Obviously, your job and meeting friends are two different things. But losing my job really did fuck with me in a lot of ways. So I've been kind of bringing myself back to who I actually am and not this weird Ricki that I've kind of felt like I was for the last few months. A lot of different things mentally will mess with you and they just kind of snowball into the next mental issue of like working through then being around people a lot or making new friends and moving to a new place and starting a new job and things like that. You have to work through everything and sometimes it's slower than you want it to be.
Well, it's also a lot what we're doing right now, right? Where
Oh, yeah.
the last year we've done not much and haven't really hung out with anyone other than the people that we know. And now you
Mm-hmm.
and I are both, you were already doing it. You've moved to somewhere that have you ever been to Nashville before?
Once with Carla Marie and Anthony for like 38 hours.
Yeah. So you've like never really explored the area and you're there completely alone right now and thrown into a situation where you either have to talk to strangers or you don't talk to anyone.
Yeah, I
So
just feel very out of practice.
yeah, I feel that. Although I feel like I've been here for long enough that the world is opening up back again that I'm gonna be okay.
Right.
Whereas like you moved a few weeks ago and things weren't completely open again here and you weren't back to that normal routine again. So I imagine,
Yeah.
yeah, I understand why it's been hard, but it was just funny to see you in a situation where like that would normally be me. Where like I'm usually the person that would be like, I don't really want to go talk to this person. And I
It
said
was
to you, I was
role
like, just go
reversal.
do it. Like, what are you doing? Who are you?
I know all of you were like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
going on with you? Like, are you okay? And they're like, everyone's like, get the fuck down to the pool, which
But,
I eventually went down to the pool.
right.
And I did talk to somebody and I did meet somebody, which was very cool. And we had a nice conversation. Someone who is from Connecticut, so an East Coaster, and lived in LA
Oh,
before
that's
coming
awesome.
here. So I was like, oh, relatable.
That makes me well also the other thing I wanted to say is that you had said something to me twice that I was like, that's interesting. And it was that you've met people in the elevator.
Yes.
My apartment doesn't have an elevator. So I'm like, where am I supposed to go?
Where will I meet people if there's no elevator?
I'm
That's
gonna
the
meet
only
someone.
place that people meet.
I just stand on the staircase and just look at people like, hey.
Just, hanging out.
Where I mean, but I do have a pool, so that is another place that I can meet people, I guess.
You will definitely meet people at the pool. That's where I met all of my friends in LA, was at the pool, like our courtyard area.
Yeah, you had a real good setup in LA.
Oh my God, I had the best setup ever. I was genuinely blessed that I had that and that I met the people that I met because they're all just amazing fucking human beings all around.
You'll meet that group of people in Nashville.
Of course. It takes time and it took time in LA. I
Right.
was saying that to you when this first became a thing where you were moving and I was moving and I said to you it takes a while for you to really feel at home, I guess you can
Right.
say. And then it takes a while for you to find your niche and your group and the people that you want to hang out with, your crew. And if you think about it, it was the same way in New Jersey. It's just that you were in New Jersey the whole time and you don't think about it. But it's not like the friends that you have that have stayed your friends were your immediate friends. It was as time went on and as you started doing things and meeting more people and a friend of a friend and things like that. And that's how you built your crew, you
Yeah.
know?
Do you know what I've realized recently that is interesting? That like when you go to a new place, you're more likely to become friends with somebody for the sole purpose, I mean, not purpose, for the sole reason that you have something in common.
Right.
Right. So let's say I guess that's the same situation anywhere, right? So if you start a new job, the reason that you become friends with your coworkers is because you can bitch about your job or you
Mm-hmm.
have the same issues or you're having the same fun or whatever it is. But especially I feel like when you move, it's that let's say you're in the elevator with someone and you're like, "Hey, yeah, I'm from New Jersey." And they're like, "No way, I'm from New Jersey." Instantly
Right.
you
And then you
become
bond
friends.
on that. Yep.
Right? You can have nothing else in common, but just the fact that you're from New Jersey, you can become friends with this person.
Yeah. Totally. And
Kind of
whereas
nuts.
when you grow up somewhere too, though, you kind of realize that you have less and less in common with your actual friends as you get older, but they're still your friends because you're just used to them being your friends.
Right.
So it's a different situation for sure.
Right. Like 90% of my guy friends are really into sports.
And you do not know a goddamn thing about sports.
Don't care about sports at all. Right. A lot of my guy friends and I are very different people. But if I were to have met them in this situation that I'm in now, when I'm moving to another state across the country, we probably wouldn't become friends.
Right.
So it's just interesting to look at it that way where, I don't know, I guess I feel like that makes it easier to make friends where like anybody can be your friend.
Totally. I also think that when you move somewhere, you're obviously trying to find a friend. So you give it a little more effort than when you're just at home and you already have your crew and you don't really care if you have friends or not. You know, you're not really searching for anything. So you're more open and willing to like meet people and have conversations about the things that you actually like to find out who it's like dating.
Honestly, though,
it's exactly like dating.
It's like a bunch of first dates, but small talk, trying to figure out who you want to be friends with.
Yeah, it's so crazy. It's really kind of weird when you think about it that way, but it really is just like dating.
It's weird. So there's one issue that I'm kind of worried about because of the fact that I'm going to live alone.
Okay, tell me more.
For the first time, except for that 1 year in college. I have a history of sleepwalking. I don't know how often I sleepwalk because I only know when people catch me. It's happened since I was young. My mom used to tell me I would wish she would wake up and I'm like in her closet. Just like one time I was in the bathroom with my comforter and she's like very confused. The time I was in her closet, I said I was looking for the TV. My roommate in college one time woke up to me standing over his bed, like a lot of really strange shit. Yeah.
Ew. If I ever woke up to someone over me in my bed, I think I would have to kill you on the spot because I would assume you're trying to murder me. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you. I would immediately fucking punch you in the face because I'd be like, God. He's trying to murder me. He wants to kill me.
Yeah, I'm happy he was a good roommate. We're still we're still
bad
like
roommate?
best friends. Yeah, if you're just punching me in the face because I'm standing over you.
Don't hover over me while I'm sleeping, you freak.
I'm sleeping too, though.
That's not my fault.
It's true.
It sounds like a you problem.
I lived alone in college for 1 year, but I lived in a dorm. And I had woken myself up from sleepwalking for the first and only time because I'd locked myself out of my room. So at some point, I woke myself up by knocking on my door. And I'd been knocking on my door for so long that my brain started to realize, like, why are you knocking on your door? You live alone. Right? But it took me a while to realize what was actually happening. And I don't think I actually realized that I was sleepwalking until the next morning.
This is actually kind of scary.
Yeah, really scary. So now I'm not living in a dorm room or a dorm building where I'm surrounded by a bunch of other people I know. I'm going to be living in a building where I don't know anyone. And the fact that I've walked out of my room before, I'm kind of afraid that I'm going to walk out of my apartment in the middle of the night.
I'm like, I so badly want to comfort you, but I'm also afraid that you're going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling very confident in your abilities to stay within the realm of your apartment. Like, I think you're going to end up in the hallway.
So there's like door
you're
alarms.
Scare the shit out of your neighbors.
There's things you can get to put under your door so that if the door opens, that it goes off. And I feel like I should buy one of those.
That's really smart. Yeah.
Because what happens if I wake myself up and I don't know, like I don't think I've ever driven before when I've been sleepwalking, thank God.
People do that?
Yeah, but I don't know what I did from the time that I was out of my dorm to the time that I found myself knocking on the door. Literally, I have no idea.
That is genuinely frightening.
Right? So I'm legitimately kind of worried about this. So I'm like, I need to do something to prevent myself from walking out of my apartment in the middle of the night.
I would say the door alarm definitely makes sense. There also has to be other gadgets to get for sleepwalkers because you can't be the only one that lives alone who also sleepwalks.
Yeah, so if you're a sleepwalker and you live alone. Let me know what you do because I'm kind of terrified of what I'm going to do in the middle of the night.
That's so crazy.
It's weird to think about. This is not a normal thing that people have to think about.
I talk in my sleep and I say weird shit, but I don't get out of the bed, you know? Like that's a whole different level of
Yeah.
fucked upness, way past mine.
I also don't know how often it happens because the only times I know that happens is when somebody tells me.
Oh, that's even worse.
Like my current roommate, well, I
Which
guess not
makes
anymore. I
sense
moved
when you
out.
think about it, but like I
My
didn't put
roommate,
two and two together.
my roommate that I had lived with in Hoboken, he had only caught me one time in the 4 years that we lived together.
Okay. What were
So
you doing?
I don't know. He said I just came out and started saying weird things.
Is Jake possessed?
It was just a fact where he was like, "Are you asleep right now?"
Oh
But
my God.
my point is, it had to have happened more than that one time in the last 4
Oh,
years.
for sure. For sure it happened. Way more
So,
than that one time.
right. It's just freaky. I wonder
I'm
why that happened.
concerned. I'm also like wondering how that happens, why that happens. The fact that your body is fully asleep, but will move in a way that only you do when you're actually awake is really unsettling to me.
Yeah. Well,
I don't feel good about that.
haven't you gotten sleep paralysis before?
Yeah.
That's even scarier to me because at least
Oh,
you
yeah.
I mean not at least I don't know what's going on. You know what's happening.
No, sleep paralysis is the scariest fucking thing I have ever experienced in my life. And I haven't had it happen to me in quite a while, which is awesome. They say that it's brought on by stress and anxiety, which totally makes sense. But that is the legitimate scariest thing that I've ever experienced because you're fully awake and your body does not move.
Yeah.
Nothing happens, but you know that you're awake and you are telling yourself to move and you're not moving.
Yeah,
It's insane.
that's scarier to me than sleepwalking.
And you have hallucinations and stuff. You see shadows that you fully think are human beings. It's not a good experience for anyone involved. Yeah, I never want to experience that ever again in my fucking life. Ever.
That's yeah. How did you stop it or it just stopped?
It only happens every so often, and it only really tends to happen, they say, when you're very severely sleep deprived or when you're highly anxious and stressed out, which is essentially my life in a nutshell,
Right.
which is why it had happened to me so many times because I was so bad at sleeping at the time and I was always stressed out. So I was having it quite often at one point and it was really bad.
Did you ever catch up on sleep from when you first moved, speaking of lack of sleep?
Yes, and then I ruined it again.
Ugh.
For instance, I went out with my friends who just moved here last night and I was out way past my bedtime and I had a rough time waking up this morning.
Well, you've been texting me sometimes when I'm like, it's a little late. Like, don't you have to wake up soon?
So that's the hard part because I do have to wake up early, but obviously I'm not going to go to bed at 8 p.m. That's just not how I function. I'm going to be up till 10:30, but then I have my first alarm goes off at 4:15 a.m.
Ugh.
Yeah. The one saving grace is that I literally work 6 minutes away from where I live.
Yeah, you were saying that. That's so nice.
So that's helpful.
That's the beauty of working from home is I can wake up at 8:45 and start work at 9:00.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Although I'm going to be working East Coast hours on the West Coast, so I think.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to be up bright and early.
Interesting.
I thought I was done with early mornings, and then they're
The
like,
universe
"Hey,
said, fuck you, sir.
they're like, hey, do you want to move to Napa and work East Coast hours on the West Coast and live your horrible dream of waking up super early again every day?" And I'm like, "Sign me up."
But you're going to get so much more out of your day when you're done.
That's what everyone says, but then you're fucking tired. I remember.
But your body gets used to it.
No, it does not. It doesn't. That is
Yes,
such
it
a fucking
does.
lie.
Don't
No,
be
it does
fucking
not.
dramatic,
Such a lie.
Jakeford.
I used
Ugh,
to nap every
you're so
single day when
dramatic.
I worked for the morning show because I would get home probably 3 p.m. and I'd be so tired, and then I would nap until about 4, and then I would stay up until like 11, and then it was just this endless cycle of never sleeping.
You're so dramatic.
You can just handle less sleep way better than I can.
I've been napping every day, but I do normally handle less sleep than you do on a normal everyday basis, just because we have this conversation where I have to either not sleep a lot or sleep so much. Because if I do the recommended hours, I feel groggy.
That's so weird.
Like I don't feel rested, which makes no sense.
It does not make
I'm a
any sense.
scientific anomaly.
You are an anomaly.
That's what makes me so great.
And then I just sleepwalk.
And you're just an absolute weirdo.
I want to get you know what I should do since I'm living alone? I should get one of those doggy cams, like a Nest cam.
Oh, but then what if like your place is haunted? That's gonna freak you out.
No.
Yeah, don't do that.
I think watching myself sleepwalk would freak me out more than not knowing.
I think what you need to do is you need to write a letter to all of your neighbors and slip it under the door saying, "Hi, my name is Jake. I just moved here. So excited to meet you all. But also, I wanted to let you know that I do sleepwalk. If I do knock on your door, please do not be alarmed."
She'd be like, you might wake up with me standing over your bed. Please don't punch me in the face like Ricki would.
Don't second guess it. Just allow it to happen.
Just walk me back to my apartment.
I swear I'll go right back to bed.
Oh, God.
Just a friendly warning.
It's going to be great. Everything's going to be great. All my stuff is on the way to California right now.
Which is wild to think
Or
of.
it's somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it's not in my apartment anymore.
How emotional was that for you?
Not at all.
Really?
Yeah, the worst part has been saying see you later to my friends. My apartment being empty, it was pretty relieving because we've had so many issues, and that apartment has just been such a big hot mess that I was so freaking happy to get out of there. And so seeing everything gone and seeing it empty was just like,
So did you get to say goodbye to the mice?
nah.
Did you bid them farewell?
I just did an Irish exit to them.
I would have left little cheese bits out for them.
I just left the party early and I said,
now you're someone else's problem.
yeah. Well, it was great. Once all the furniture was gone and everything, I was like, oh, there's another mouse hole. There's another mouse hole. There's one that we missed.
Insane.
Yeah.
Gross.
That place sucked. But it was also amazing.
Right. It was amazing for all of the wonderful moments that you had there, but it also was essentially a cardboard box under the guise of an apartment.
Yeah. Exactly. It was like, here's something that we're gonna call apartment. But you will quickly learn it is not.
We will loosely call this an apartment.
God, I should have made a video about all the things that were wrong with that apartment. It was just
You should have.
it was a wild ride there. No, but I was expecting that to be emotional when I'd been there for 5.5 years and that was my home, and then everything was gone. But it was honestly relieving. Like, I'm so happy to be out of there.
Good. That's a positive first step.
Definitely.
And
now,
how is living with your parents now?
it's only been 2 days.
And how are you doing?
So get back to me in a week and then we'll see.
Because that's a hard adjustment. I did that adjustment and it's not easy.
Nah, I'm excited because I am not going to see them probably again until Thanksgiving after this. So,
Oh, you're going to go home for Thanksgiving and Christmas?
yeah. Well, because I have
Look at you.
8,000 weddings. So I have a wedding November 13th, and then Thanksgiving is 2 weeks afterwards, and then I guess I'll come home for New Year's and Christmas.
Okay. See, once I moved to Cali, I was like, you bitches get one or the other. It's Thanksgiving or Christmas. And if I come for Thanksgiving, I'm there for 2 days. And if I come for Christmas, I'm there much longer. So obviously I just chose Christmas because I was like, I can't do both.
If I didn't have a wedding around Thanksgiving, I don't know if I would come back.
You also get to work from home though.
Maybe. Hopefully. Because
Oh.
my plan's not going to work if I can't work from home.
I was going to say, if you can't work from home, then that's going to be a little difficult.
If I can't work from home, I have no freaking clue what I'm going to do. But that's not a today problem. That's a
No, absolutely
tomorrow
not.
problem.
That's a future Jake issue.
Exactly. I love dealing with situations like that.
Yeah, just being like, nope, that's a future thing. Like I just went through that because I just bought a whole lot of motherfucking clothes and I don't have any motherfucking money because I just moved. And I was like, this is a future Ricki issue because the
Yep.
Ricki now is very happy about her purchases.
That's such a good way to look at it.
Like, I'll eventually pay for it. It's fine. It's on
Right?
the credit card.
You're like, I'll get paid eventually and then I'll pay it off. You're just
Hopefully, we'll
lucky
see.
because you had a lot of furniture already.
Yes.
I have a decent amount of furniture, but I'm like, damn, moving is fucking expensive.
Oh my gosh, it's so expensive. I still need to get a dining room table and chairs. I still need to get a coffee table. I need to decorate still in here, like the way that I want to decorate. Still, I need to get a desk in my bedroom. So there's a few big items that I still have to get, but at least I had a couch, a
Yeah.
bed, like a bed frame, a mattress. You know, I had those big things, a TV for the living room. So I had the big things that I needed in order to survive for right now. Because I don't know if you remember this, but when I moved to LA, I moved to LA with absolutely zero things.
Yeah, that
I
stresses me
moved
out.
with my clothes and I slept on a blow up mattress for 4 months.
Yeah, you slept on that for a long time.
4 or 5 months, yeah, on that blow up mattress because I did not have any money and I couldn't buy anything. So I just kept sleeping on the blow up mattress. And for a girl with arthritis, that ain't a good idea because
Yeah.
it hurt every day.
But you have a real bed now.
Yes, I have a bed and everything. So everything's good. I'll slowly but surely get more and more stuff. The next two things that I think are going to be the big purchases will be the kitchen table and a desk.
You know, desks are not that expensive.
They're not terrible, but the idea is like you have to buy a desk and a chair.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to it, you are spending a decent amount of money.
I got mine on Amazon for my last apartment a while ago, and the chair and the desk were both less than $100, and the chair is so comfy.
Really?
Yeah.
So my issue though is I don't have a lot of space. So I need to buy a specific kind of desk in order for it to fit in the no space that I have, essentially. Right. That's
and
a
you
problem I'm
definitely
having.
don't want the chair that I had then because it's like a little bulkier.
I would have a chair that's more of what we call an accent chair, not so much an actual desk chair.
Yeah.
Because it would need to fit underneath and like not be bulky in my room. So it's just finding the right stuff. That's the thing that's the most annoying is having a budget. Having a budget sucks because it's like, oh, I have all these ideas. And then you're like, I have no money for any of these motherfucking ideas because I keep buying things to wear.
Wouldn't it be nice if, like, imagine just being so wealthy that you just hire someone to do it all for you. And you're just like, yeah, I don't have, there's like no budget. You just like make it look nice.
That's a dream, Jakeford. One day, fingers crossed.
But then you have other problems, right? We always talk about
more
that.
money, more problems.
Yeah, but also
no fact.
Some different problems, I'd say. Because there's some problems that we wouldn't have anymore that would be real nice not to have.
Yeah, I think everybody feels that way to an extent, but also we're pretty fucking happy people.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't need
we don't have any complaints.
Shitloads of money. It'd be nice.
No complaints. I'll be happy to pay off my fucking student loans and then be able to like actually intake the money that I'm intaking instead of like intaking and then giving it right away.
So insane. College. What a fucking waste of money.
Fucking scam.
But I had such a good, that's why I always go back and forth because I had such an incredible time in college. And I'm like,
oh, I would never take it back, but it's also still an absolute fucking scam.
Yeah. All right. So it is time for the Hot Mess Express.
Choo choo. We need to get, I'm doing this and that's
we
probably
need to get
not a thing, but we need doing a motion with my hand that was supposed to be the horn on the choo-choo train, but it looks a little sexual.
Not, yeah.
So we need to get sound effects, please and thank you.
If you have a story that is just so uncomfortably awkward or such a hot mess, please send it to us at 20SDN on social media, or you can text us 201-588-5139. The more awkward, the better.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
just make us so incredibly uncomfortable that we just don't even want to read it. This one comes from Stacy.
Wait. You're frozen.
What?
Wait. You were just frozen. I couldn't see you.
Oh, you froze for a sec. Can you see me now?
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Oh boy.
Now just say where it came from.
I can't wait to have reliable internet in 2 weeks. This one comes from Stacy.
Okay. Ooh, Stacy. Hello.
Okay, Stacy says, one day I was waiting in line at the grocery store, stepped backwards onto someone's foot. I turned around with open hands in apology, but accidentally cupped both of her boobs. That sucks.
You unintentionally assaulted this woman. Oh my God. I think if that happened to me and I was the woman who got my boobs cupped, that I would just be so understanding in the sense of like, it happens. Don't make it weirder than it already is.
I'm like, that's so uncomfortable.
That had to get so weird afterwards.
Yeah. What do? Do you just walk out? You're like, oh shit, so sorry. Like, I feel like both people would be so uncomfortable. You're just like, oh, I'm so sorry. No, it's just okay. Oh God.
If I were the woman who cupped the woman's breast, I'd probably be like, very nice. Also, I'm sorry. I apologize. I did not mean to do that, clearly. I was not trying to do that intentionally. I'm so sorry. But luckily, it's like, lead with a compliment.
Luckily, that didn't come from a dude.
Yeah, that would be so much worse.
That'd be wrong.
That'd be really bad because no matter what way you put it, if I were the girl who had her boobs cupped, I'd be like, you did that on purpose. I would not believe that it was an accident.
Oh God, that'd be so. I'm just gonna not talk to humans ever again.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for all of the hot messes to come in as the universe opens up again, because everyone's going to have to adapt to being around people again. And there's just bound to be some fucked up stories that come in.
And as my crazy, strange luck streak stops, I'm going to have so many.
Oh yeah, I cannot fucking wait for this.
I'm going to have so many.
This is going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Jake, you want to do your spiel?
Nope.
Well, you got to do anyways. You have no fucking choice.
Oh, so you can text us 201-588-5139. And also, if you could just text somebody that you love and tell them you love them, but also tell them about us, that'd be kind of cool.
Hey, I love you so much. And also listen to my friends at 20-somethings Doing Nothing. They're fantastic. I also love them. We all just love each other.
I know we haven't talked in a while, but I found this great podcast that I just wanted to share for you.
Oh, that'll be next week's task, to share us with someone you have not talked to in like months.
Yeah. Be like, hey.
This week's is the person that you love. Tell them you love them and give them the link to this podcast.
Yeah, it's like, I love you so much that I have to share this podcast with you.
And when you do that, screenshot it and send it to us, because
please,
I think it's fucking funny.
We'll repost all those fuckers. And then follow us at 20SDN Podcast. You can tweet us or Instagram DM us or like our stuff. You know, we like to interact with you. And that's it. That's all I got for the rest of the year.
Okay, relax there, buddy. You're being a little dramatic.
It's for the rest of the week. For the rest of the week.
Yeah, the rest of the week, not the year. We're only in May.
What is your sweatshirt, by the way, before we go?
Oh my gosh. So this sweatshirt.
I just see a cow and some trees.
It's a massive cow. It's Salem Sue.
Is it giving
from
birth?
North Dakota. Nope, but that's how big she is. From North Dakota. When we drove through North Dakota, I got really cold and we stopped at a gas station and I bought this for like $20. And it's one of my favorite sweatshirts that I own.
That's a whole nother topic. Things that you own because you were cold.
We'll talk about that next week.
I just got rid of some sweatshirts. Okay, we got to talk about that. It's so funny.
All right, catch you next week.
See ya.